It's not just that. I think it mattered more whenever you got a fast mount. Well, yeah, there was that too, right? And like the class order hall mounts were just basically another skin, and it wasn't a big deal. Boogie2988 video. Let me see what that is. 2988. Where is this here? Classic WoW. Oh, okay. WoW Classic Beta. Will it succeed? It came out 16 minutes ago? 16 minutes ago. Okay. All right. We'll look at it.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live. Let's get through the power of the internet. And WoW Classic goes live in a closed beta form today.
Yeah, it does.
This
That's
is
right.
a video I've not been
Accurate.
looking forward to making. Let me show you why. Because WoW Classic was born from this.
Have you ever thought about adding servers for previous expansions as they were then?
Okay.
No, and by the way, you don't want to do that either. You think you do,
but you don't.
Now, this was another
never gonna get old with
classic
that. That's never gonna get old to
tone-deaf
me.
moment we've seen from the folks over at Activision/Blizzard, because clearly there is a group of people who desperately want to play classic World of Warcraft.
Obviously.
And Blizzard absolutely knows this, because whenever somebody creates a classic vanilla server or a Burning Crusade server, they tend to shut it down very, very quickly. A Felmis got destroyed in less than a day. Take a look at the Elysium Project, for example. It
remember
currently
that.
has 2,174
funny.
players playing in their version of classic World of Warcraft with the Burning Crusade installed.
2,000
So
people.
clearly, there's a market.
Incredible.
Eventually, due to public outcry,
Wow.
the folks over at Activision Blizzard saw that there was a very real possibility that they could make some money doing this and retain some subscriptions, so they decided to start doing it. And that's been a 2-year-long project. And now we currently, as of today, the classic World of Warcraft servers have gone online for a closed beta. And that classic beta is drawing tons of viewers to Twitch,
Hey!
even though there's only a handful of
Hey,
creators
look at that!
and a handful of hand-picked people who've been brought to this game. Asmongold streaming it for 43,000 people, Soda Poppin for 45K. Even my friend Tally has got 3.6K viewers watching, and I think he just booted up. So there are tons of people who are interested in this product.
Fuck yeah,
In fact,
dude.
World of Warcraft has 137,000 viewers right now, putting
Good
it at the
start.
number 4 slot for the most watched category on Twitch. Now, even though there is a
Thank
ton
God.
of initial interest, there are plenty of naysayers out there saying that this interest will not last, people will not enjoy classic World of Warcraft, and there's a lot of reasons people seem to think that. Let's go back to the original clip and see what that developer had to say.
Remember when you had to like spam cities and say need a tank, need a tank, need a tank during the Burning Crusade days?
Yeah.
You don't remember that because now you just push a button that says go to the dungeon.
Yeah, now you don't remember the
You
dungeon.
don't want to do that.
So, you know.
Remember that
hey,
one bug that really pissed you off that we fixed like 2 years ago?
No,
Still
I
there in the
don't. I remember the
past.
one bug
Look,
that you
here's the
didn't
thing.
fix.
I played classic World of Warcraft during its beta and during its live phase, and I have to say, I
Okay.
enjoyed myself quite a bit. Back in 2005,
you're damn right
it was a
you
bit of a
did.
different time. I wasn't trying to hold down a day job. I wasn't trying to build a business. I
Good.
didn't mind playing World of Warcraft for 6, 8, 10 hours a day.
Good.
In fact, it was something I really desperately wanted and
Yes.
needed. And I didn't mind how
smart man.
grindy and how slow and how difficult everything was back then. I mean, I was an EverQuest player, so vanilla World of Warcraft was pretty easy compared to old school EverQuest. And those old school game mechanics forced socialization. They forced you to make
did.
friends because you needed to find a tank, you needed to find a healer, you needed.
I actually found out about Boogie and I discovered his content in Wrath of the Lich King whenever he would he did like some sort of a video about WoW. So like this is actually like real shit. Like I've been watching Boogie for a long time and it's because he used to play WoW.
To find DPS if you were one of those classes, and you would memorize those people and add them to friends list and wait for them to log on so that you could work together and do dungeons and complete
Yep.
goals together. That is the classic experience, and all of that is really, really great. Something you can't find in a modern game. The flip side of that coin is it's difficult to do things alone. It is difficult to do things at all. Sometimes it's difficult to even do a quest that you need to do to further your class, to get your spells, because it's difficult to even find the monsters you're supposed to be killing. Monsters that spawn every few seconds now used to spawn every few minutes back then. It could take you hours just to find the 10 boars you
Stop
need to
talking
kill
about how
to
long
get
it's
that
gonna
recipe quest done. And you're only doing that for the XP because you don't want to make the item to begin with. And it's true that modern World of Warcraft, just like most video games, does give you some sort of sense of instant gratification. There is the Dungeon Finder and the Raid Finder, and you can do easy versions of the content. You know, no 40-man raids. You can do 15-man raid pickups. You can do pickup raids. You can do pickup dungeons and get something, right? In old school World of Warcraft, either you got good or you got nothing. That pretty much is the way the game worked.
You got online and you played a lot, or you got nothing. It doesn't matter if you're good or not. Okay, like that, the ceiling for Classic WoW in Classic WoW's life cycle back then, it was like, imagine going to like, it's like a 2-story house, except there's like maybe 3 steps up to the 2nd story, and then okay, now you're good, right? Like the only things that you really need to know about Classic WoW was like, don't pull aggro, understand basically what your DPS rotation is, and show up for raid. Like, I mean, that was basically all you needed to do. All right? Availability and time was greater than skill in Classic WoW, in terms of, like, being a raider and everything. Get mad all you want, but that's a fact.
And I have to admit that I'm kind of biased here because I'm not in a position where I want to play the same video game for 4 to 6 hours a day, every day, for very minor rewards. That's not something I want to do with my time. But for me to say that nobody else wants that is stupid, because there's plenty of people who do.
Absolutely.
The smaller number of spells, the lack of quality of life
having
items,
a real life.
the difficulty traversing the map, the difficulty finding a group, or even getting to a dungeon to do the dungeon with your friends to begin with. All of that is stuff that is a plus to some people, even if it's a minus to me. These old school mechanics force socialization. They force you to sit down and actually talk with your group and plan things out. It forces you to get to know each other and get to know those roles, and to form guilds that are not just a loose conglomerate of people that give you like a bonus to your XP or a bonus to your gold farming, but actually work as a social group of people that need to work together to achieve a common goal. Something that modern-day World of Warcraft definitely lacks. And then, of course...
There it is. I need to take a piss. I'll be right back. That's so true. Everybody knows it. Sorry about that. Oh, bye. Okay. Okay.
Of course, there's nostalgia. If you grew up playing that game, if you were playing that game 15 years ago when it initially launched,
and you're probably a loser now.
Nostalgia is just going to bring you back in. I think games journalists alone are ignoring the fact that people just want to re-experience something they experienced for the first time 15 years ago. Retro gaming is definitely a thing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Based on the interest that we were saying today for the closed beta, I would say that there will be 1 million plus, maybe a few million players returning to World of Warcraft to experience Classic Vanilla, some for the first time, and some for the first time in 15 years. And if
I want to ask you guys, how many people do you think will play Classic WoW in the first month? I would say probably 5 million. I would think 5 million, because you have to remember that there are a lot of people that are probably just playing BFA that will at least log on and try Classic, and I will count that as trying the game. I think 5 million. And yeah, Blizzard should start advertising Classic WoW. Like, where are the commercials with Mr. T? Like, they should just redo those old commercials. Like, that'd be fucking amazing. If they want to cash in on nostalgia, they should cash in on nostalgia. They should have a new South Park. Talk to the guys that make South Park and be like, yo, do you guys want to make a new episode? And just fucking do it again, right? Like, that would be awesome. Like, I'll be fucking honest. That would be amazing. They have no money? Yeah, they do. They have plenty of money.
If I'm being entirely honest, I don't know how many of those players will be playing at the 2-year
Yeah,
mark,
Ozzy Osbourne,
the
et cetera.
3-year mark. I don't know how many people
piece
will
of
enjoy the
fuck yeah,
grind,
dude.
and enjoy the increased socialization, and enjoy the increased difficulty. I don't know how many of you guys will stick around to
Increased
play it,
difficulty.
but I know a lot of you are going to try it, and I think
Okay.
Blizzard made the right decision by bringing these servers online. Whether or not they'll stay populated, I don't know, but I think the initial push is going to be huge. But I
Yes.
do not doubt for a second that there will be a dedicated group of players who stick with the official servers. And the reason we know this is because all these smaller offshoot servers that aren't official have plenty of people playing on
Oh,
those.
jeez.
So I guarantee that with the big publicity
Playing
the classic
BFA.
servers are getting with the 15th anniversary, you're going to find a very large group of people who want to stick with classic servers
Yeah.
through the official means as well.
Yeah.
I personally will not be one of those people who stay dedicated to it. I do want to dabble with it. I do want to jump in. I do want to play it a little bit, and I do want to review it here for the channel. But let's face it, the original World of Warcraft and the original EverQuest kind of ruined my life because I spent 7
Good.
years as a shut-in doing nothing but playing those games. Probably not something I want to repeat. But if you are a
What?
more mentally healthy person than I am,
What do you mean,
and you can
dude?
handle a very demanding, grinding, vanilla World of
What do you
Warcraft
mean?
experience without ruining your normal life, then don't forget the closed beta launched today, and the official launch for everybody will be sometime in August. Having watched some Twitch streams today and having watched some impressions videos, I can tell you that this game is probably exactly as grindy as you remember it being. So if
Good.
that's an upside to you, then you're going to enjoy WoW Classic. It's just not my kind of thing anymore, but if it's your kind of thing, I hope you enjoy it. But one of the launches in August...
I think that's okay, right? Is like I had this thing happen, and if I had to give it, no, I get it. Is like people got really upset at me whenever I said I don't gain like a certain amount of like self-esteem for like beating a boss in Dark Souls, right? It's like, okay, thank God that shit's over. Let's get on to the next one. It's like there wasn't this like big amount of fulfillment for me. I wasn't like, oh wow, I feel so much better about myself. It was like, okay, I beat a boss in a video game. There wasn't there was nothing that transcended the game. There was no like mental state change. There was no sense of satisfaction. There was no like anything like that. It was just like, okay, it's done. And people were like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Like they didn't understand that. So I can get what Boogie's saying, because maybe I'm not where he's at, but I'm at where I'm at, and I can see people that are in a completely different spot that don't understand either one of us. And I get it. I do get it.
I will definitely dabble with it. I will definitely play with it. I don't know that I'll be playing 2 or 3 months down the road, but I definitely look forward to just the nostalgia trip. I want to remember what it was like to be a young dwarf warrior running around the snowlands there, trying to find boars and failing to do so because the server only spawns the boar every 15 minutes. Why? Hey guys, it's me, Francis, and I want to let you know I do not approve of this message, okay? I'm going to play the hell out of World of Warcraft
Okay,
Classic,
dude.
okay? I already quit my job. I got on disability. I already told everyone, my neighbors, not to expect me to leave the house, okay? I called Pizza Hut and told them to deliver 2 pies every day at noon, all right? And just leave them at the door because I can't get up because I'm in the middle of a dungeon. I can't answer the freaking door, all right? I'm going to die playing that game. Wait, I wish I died when I played it the first time. Glory days. Looking for a man cursed wife. Glory days.
Okay,
Now, this is just one man's
Springsteen.
opinion. I know I could be wrong. And if I am wrong,
Okay.
you guys are going to let me know in
Just-
the comment
was that
section
too
below.
real?
Right down there. Hit subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. If you've already subscribed, hit that notification bell so that you can be one of the very first people to watch a video as soon as it launches. Because if you choose to do so, you can help guarantee the success of that video. And I love you guys for doing it. As always, thanks for watching. I love you very much. And I'll speak with you again soon.
That was good. I mean, like, I remember whenever Bellier brought it, he talked about this a little bit, and people just went absolutely fucking apeshit because
say?
Blizzard.
What's up?
Because he wasn't saying that Classic was like the best thing ever. Like, Classic WoW is one of those things that you can't criticize. Like, there are a few things on the internet that you can't criticize. Weed, video games, specifically Classic WoW, cats, and let's see, there's a few more. But basically, a lot of these things that you can never say anything bad about these different topics. It's very true. No, people complain about feminism all the time. People complain about no, I'm not talking about things that are not politically correct. I'm talking about things that people will universally freak out if you say it's anything bad about it, right? Check Wowhead, new PTR update. Who gives a fuck? Let me look over here, okay? This is the dungeon and raid thing. Actually, you know what? I said I'd watch the Belly Girl one. I'll watch that. I'm waiting for this beta to come out. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I just did a refresh and it's still not up. So hopefully it will be soon. Watch the Mad Season 1? All right, we'll watch the Mad Season 1. We'll go for that one first. Okay.